Smartphones can lead to nerve pain. Find out what foods can delay menopause. We'll take a look at one oil that may preserve your memory and protect your brain. And special guest clinical nutritionist Courtney Little, she's going to tell us about 15 essential oils that can beautify your body and protect your health. You'll hear part 2 of my interview with Courtney in just 2.5 minutes. I'm Bob Garvin. Welcome to Body Talk, episode 99. If you have any questions or comments about this podcast, send an email to lifestarmedia@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook at Body Talk Bob Garvin. Smartphone use may bring on carpal tunnel syndrome. A new study found extended use of smartphones and other handheld electronic devices hikes the risk of wrist and hand pain. Pain from carpal tunnel syndrome often extends up the arm and can cause numbness, finger tingling, and weakened grip strength. The study linking smartphone use to pain was published in the journal Muscle and Nerve. Delay menopause and give birth later in life by eating more vegetable protein. Researchers found that a high intake of vegetable protein from whole grains, soy, and tofu can protect women from early menopause and may prolong reproductive function. The study was published in the American Journal of Epidemiology. Working the night shift can take a deadly toll on the body. A new study says that when people work the night shift, their bodies might have less capacity to repair everyday damage to the cell's DNA. This, they say, can increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. The study revealing the dangers of the night shift, it was conducted by the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center in Seattle. Preserve your memory and protect your brain against Alzheimer's disease by adding extra virgin olive oil to your diet. Researchers say that extra virgin olive oil protects memory and learning ability, and it reduces the formation of plaques and tangles in the brain, which are classic markers of Alzheimer's disease. That study was published in the Annals of Clinical and Transitional Neurology. 15 essential oils can enrich your life and protect your health. Clinical nutritionist Courtney Little told you about 6 of them in the last episode. You'll learn more about these healthy oils in part 2 of my interview with Courtney, who is the owner of Nutrition and Whole Health Solutions in Bedford, Massachusetts. We pick up the interview as Courtney talks about a remedy for itchy scalp.
Number 7 is an itchy scalp. So a lot of times with the sun, the change of the seasons, it can change our hair, it can change our skin. There's a lot of detoxification. Sometimes people shed. But for an itchy scalp, what you can do, surprise, surprise, add a few drops of lavender and tea tree oil. So lavender oil, what it does is it actually helps to decrease inflammation. It's soothing, right? And the tea tree essential oil helps to kill off any type of bacteria or yeast, which you see a lot with the itchy scalp, with dandruff. Most people that have dandruff, they have excess yeast in their body or candida. So not only putting the tea tree oil and the lavender essential oil into their shampoo, just, about 8 to 15 drops in there, it comes out fast.
Put it in the shampoo bottle?
Yep, and mix it together. And mix together. So you're putting tea tree oil and lavender essential oil, 8 to 15 drops of each, in your shampoo and mixing it together. And then when you shampoo your hair, you're going to feel it too. You're going to feel like a nice tingling. It's not going to hurt or anything like that. But what it's doing is it's helping to clear off that remnants of any type of dandruff or that itchiness, which is almost always yeast related.
Now, would you recommend, what if someone's between shampoos and they're getting a little itchiness, they can't shampoo? Would you ever recommend that they do this as just put the lotion or the drops on directly, or would that?
With coconut oil. Coconut oil has caprylic acid and lauric acid in it, and it's a good carrier oil for essential oils to help carry it onto the skin, which we're actually going to talk about, which is number 9. To thicken your hair, again, with the change of the seasons, a lot of times people will notice shedding. A lot of women will say, well, what's happening? The change of the seasons, your body's detoxifying out with the old and with the new. So to thicken your hair and for a natural shine, when you're in the pool and you're swimming or you're out in the sun, it can make your hair look a little bit dull. Rosemary essential oil is amazing for helping not just hair growth, but shine. It's incredible. Like within a week of using the rosemary essential oil, people have already noticed changes. It's incredible. So you can put 8 to 10 drops of rosemary essential oil in your shampoo.
In your shampoo.
Yep. Mix it together. And what it does is as you're stimulating that and you're, washing your hair with the shampoo, the rosemary essential oil is stimulating the hair follicles. It also makes it really shiny. But it helps to your hair grow.
Now, is it a strong scent to it as well?
No, rosemary is not. It's not that strong when you're mixing it with your shampoo. Alone it is.
Now, does it matter when we're talking about mixing with the shampoo? Now, a lot of folks are using some of the medicated shampoos, an antifungal shampoo, or they're using like a Head and Shoulders for dandruff. Would it matter? Should this go more in a generic type of a shampoo, or will the medication somehow interfere with its effectiveness?
So Head and Shoulders and those types of medicated shampoos have zinc oxide in it, have zinc. So mixing together the essential oils is not going to change that. But what you want to do, if you're hesitant about doing this, is usually those types of shampoos you're not supposed to use every day anyway. It's supposed to be, I think, 2 to 4 times a week. So on the off days, use the shampoo with the essential oils in it. And so you can have a little bit of both.
I'm a little surprised that there aren't a lot more shampoos out there, with these ingredients.
Oh, there will be.
Yeah, there will be.
There will be.
After they hear you on this podcast.
Yeah, there definitely will be. And they're actually in there now, but everything's marketing. Gluten-free, there's been a lot of gluten-free stuff for years, but it's gained more popularity over the past probably 3 years, and in particular the past year. And everything now, these apples are gluten-free. It's a marketing, everyone wants to make a buck. Well, apples were already gluten-free forever. So, there have been essential oils in certain shampoo and conditioners. I don't think they've marketed it as much because of supply and demand, but I think more consumers are going to be looking for things that have essential oils, and we'll start seeing it more on the label of different products. Number 9 is curing dandruff, so we're on the topic of that. So the other one was itchy scalp, now this one is dandruff. So we want to mix together rosemary, lavender, and tea tree for dandruff. And massaging that into your scalp, okay, with a carrier oil, coconut oil. Leave it on kind of like a hair mask. So it's a mask for your scalp, okay, and this is for, in particular, dandruff. So you mix together 5 drops of rosemary, lavender, tea tree into coconut oil. Again, the coconut oil has the caprylic and the lauric acid, which has a lot of different antibacterial properties to it. And you want to keep that on your scalp for about 10 minutes and then shampoo and conditioner. Like really, really seep it on there because it needs that extra lubrication, because with dandruff it's affecting obviously the quality of the skin on your scalp, and that will help to smooth things over. But diet is key. It's not just take these essential oils and everything will be great. Will it be helpful? Yes. You need to focus on curing dandruff and itchy scalp on the outside, but from the inside too. If you're eating a lot of sugar, if you're having a lot of processed foods, or if you're eating foods that you have food sensitivities to, it's going to show up on your skin. Whether it's eczema on your elbow or dandruff on your scalp. So you need to look at the whole picture.
Now, with this type of a treatment, would someone see results fairly quickly, or would you have to be patient and really give it some time? Especially talk about the dandruff there.
Okay, so for dandruff, if it's dandruff that has just happened recently, I think in a matter of days or weeks, you'll probably notice definitely a change. If it's been around for 20 years, yeah, it's going to take time, and you really want to focus on your nutrition as well. You want to cure it from the inside and the outside. Because if it's showing up on the outside, it's coming from the inside.
People don't often think that.
No, they want the quick fix,
yeah.
Of course. Number 10 is, you're out in the sun more during the summer months. You're at the pool, you're at the beach, you're at the lake. So a beauty tip to decrease age spots is frankincense essential oil. So it's a spot treatment. So basically you can keep the frankincense essential oil on you and just apply a drop 3 times a day on the sunspots or the age spots, and that will really help to diminish the appearance of these sun and age spots. Another little tidbit for frankincense essential oil, women use it for anti-wrinkle cream. So they'll put it here, and it really helps to decrease wrinkles, or they'll mix it a few drops into their lotion or serums at night to help reduce or prevent wrinkles. It's known for that.
Now, on the spots, is that going to be a long-term thing? It seems like those things would take a long time to fade.
Yeah, these are definitely going to take time, but it's better than other drastic measures for age spots. I know there's lasers, yes. And so as a general rule, anytime you try something new, our body goes through a full cellular healing cycle every 90 days. So if this age spot has been around for a while, give it a few months of using the frankincense essential oil spot treatment on your skin to notice a change. But with all of these things that I'm mentioning today, especially these natural type of beauty suggestions with essential oils, take pictures first. We see ourselves every day. We are our worst critics. So take pictures so you can actually track the progress.
Do the before and after.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Next week, we'll take a look at 5 more essential oils in part 3 of my interview with Courtney Little. Well, that's it for this edition of Body Talk. My producer is Katie Stell. The Body Talk theme song was composed by Rob Carlson and sung by Vicky Vox. If you'd like to stay up with medical studies on a daily basis, follow me on Twitter at BGPVideo. And if you have any questions or comments about this program, feel free to send me an email at lifestarmedia@gmail.com. Body Talk is a production of Lifestar Media.